Hi everyone, this is Rosalind C. Rain Dancer of the Conscious CEO Experience. We educate and empower conscious business leaders to create deeper joy, higher profits, and greater impact with their conscious business. And today I'm so excited to have my good friend, Dr. Kayvon K. And he is a simplifier and productivity expert. And we're here to talk about the concept of being busy. Now, Kayvon, if I had $1 for every time a CEO or entrepreneur or business person tells me, I don't have time, I'm so busy, I would be a millionaire, right?
Millionaire, lots and lots
a
of
billionaire,
dollars. Yeah.
right? And so I would love for you to talk about the concept of busyness versus business.
Yes.
And why it's so important to know and live the distinction of that.
Yeah, you're right. I hear that a lot too, and it pains me every time that I either find myself or my clients, people that I work with or talk to, that we spend our days busy, doing so many things in a day, but at the end of the day or at the end of the week, we look at it and we don't have much to show for it. Like, where all of that activity go? Why did we do all of that? Which brings me to this idea of, are the things that we keep ourselves busy with, are they the real important stuff? Are they making a difference or not? So that's an area that I am very much interested in and sensitive to.
Right. So you're saying, Dr. Kayvon K, that sometimes we get so busy in our day that we don't really even do true business or real
Correct.
business that moves our profits forward, that moves all of our goals forward. So I'm curious to know, what is the number one symptom of someone being over busy? What
Stress
happens?
and struggle, because business or life was not meant to be a struggle, but we overcomplicate things. We let things get out of hand and they take over. We quickly, and this is nobody's fault, this is how we're built, we quickly lose our intentionality in doing our things and going about our days. There are few simple remedies to that, to change that, but if we don't pay attention to that, they just take over, and all of these shiny objects show up in front of us and we get busy with them, and because we're busy, we have that satisfaction that we think we're actually making progress, but that's not what's really happening. So not only looking at it after the fact, but before, really making a decision on what's important, what's not, and what to do, and go from there. And if we don't do that, even if you don't notice it in a short term, in a long term, that frustration starts to build up and really create high level of stress in our day-to-day life and business.
Right, stress. I feel like we need to blow up that word or something, because it seems to me that a lot of people are walking around with stress on their foreheads, and you can tell, right?
Yes.
And so what happens when a CEO or entrepreneur, business owner is very stressed, right? And so what happens when they're over busy? What happens to their business?
Yes. Well, as you said, things start not happening. Customers start complaining or just leaving without any notification or letting us know, really don't know what's happening. We will have dissatisfaction in our employees. As you said, profits will go down. So everything starts going downhill. And it seems that there is nothing that we can pinpoint and put our finger on. But as you said, CEOs are the real decision makers for every business, the managers. So everything actually starts with them, but they may be oblivious to it. So the failure that is waiting at the end of this line is really painful and really easy to avoid.
Wow, so you're saying that sometimes the leaders themselves in a company may actually be blind to the fact that they're about to crash and burn.
Well, not sometimes, all the time.
The time.
And that's just, if you're human, that's what's happening. We are always oblivious to what's going on and how we're behaving. Everybody says that I am my own biggest enemy. I am always on my own way. If you're human, that applies to you. Hence, we need structures and tips and tricks in place to prevent that, to be able to navigate through all of this.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. I'm glad you're saying that because I'm sure a lot of our viewers watching can absolutely relate, even if you're maybe secretly watching this in your office and you don't. You know that there's something you need to do, but you're not quite sure where to start.
Well, start here. Stop blaming yourself.
This is perfect, and we're so happy you're here. And what I'd love to introduce to you actually is something really neat that Kayvon and I developed, and we want to invite you to join and participate. What is it? It is called the Unbusy Challenge. So it's 7 days, and how it's going to work is for 7 days, March the 1st to March the 7th, Kayvon and I will share one tip on how you can get unbusy. So from busy to unbusy. And these tips and strategies come from Kayvon's experience working with his clients to increase their effectiveness, reduce their stress, and as a result, create higher profits and bring more success to your business.
Yes.
Right? Now, again, the dates are March 1st to March the 7th. And your job, we would love for you to take action. Because, Kayvon, you and I know that reading something or watching something without action, that's equivalent to that's not really doing anything.
It's just a conceptual conversation.
Right. So action is very important. So the action that we would like you to take is to share with us on your social media. So Facebook, Twitter, what action did you take that day based on the tip that you received from Kayvon to get unbusy? And as well, part 2 of this action is tag a friend or a colleague to tell them what you're doing, because statistics show that when we have accountability, there's a higher likelihood that we will succeed in our goals. Right?
Yeah.
So Kayvon, I am so excited to share 7 tips and strategies to get unbusy. And how you can follow us is click on the link below or find our Facebook page, facebook.com/unbusy. You can check very first thing, Monday, March the 1st, 9 a.m. Pacific time. There will be a very first video on how you can get unbusy, reduce your stress, raise your profits, and be a lot more successful in your business.
Yep. Thank you.
See you there.